Good morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is about what happened to date throughout the annals of recorded history. Join us as we delve into yesteryear, not only for interesting and important happenings, but to possibly even answer questions you didn't even know you have. The sources of this information come from the smart device application Today in History, What Happened Today in History, Historical Calendar, and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, be it our link tree, all the other links down there, and anything else that we're going to gather throughout the show, please go to the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am A.O. Xander, and you are you. We will be joined by the Golden Loon here soon, and hopefully Alice as well. Anyway, today is, what is today? Sun's Day, aka Sunday, September 3rd, 2023. So let's jump into the history today, shall we? Let's see here. We have the Battle of Naulotius in 336 BC. Admiral of Octavian, Marcus Vipsanius Agrippa, defeated the son of Pompey, Sextus Pompeius, ending the Pompeian resistance to the Second Triumvirate. Alright. Moving on up, we have 301. San Marino, one of the smallest nations in the world and the world's oldest republic still in existence, was founded by Saint Marinus. Alright, that's pretty cool. Moving on up to 590, Roman noble Gregory I began his reign as Catholic Pope. Alright. We also have in 1189, Richard the Lionheart was crowned in Westminster. 30 Jews were massacred after the coronation. Richard then ordered the perpetrators to be executed. So yeah, like, you did what during my coronation? Excuse me? Death to you. I don't care what they are. You don't kill people, you know? Now, 1260, we have the Battle of Ain Jalut Bahar. Mameluke of Egypt defeated Mongol army led by Kitbukwa in the Levant. This is often labeled a turning point in world history, saving the Arabic Islamic civilization from destruction. Wow. That is a very big point in history right there. Why is it not highlighted? Come on. Like, even say often labeled a turning point in world history. This should be highlighted at least. Come on this day. Get your crap together, guys. Yikes. Anyway, what do we have here? 1650, the Battle of Dunbar. Oliver Cromwell's English New Model Army defeated Scottish force in surprise attack. English New Model Army. What is that? That sounds familiar. Is that like just, like, you know, army with guns or something? What is this? Let's see. The New Model Army was a standing army formed in 1645 by the parliamentarians during the First English Civil War, then disbanded after the Stuart Resistance in 1660. So it only lasted for 15 years, if my math is correct. Anyway, for further reading on that particular subject matter, please refer to the underbar of the description below. That link that I just posted in there will be in there after the show. I want to go back. We've just been joined by the Loon here. So,
thank you. Yes, you have.
Yeah. I want to reread this here for you. 1260. The Battle of Ain Jalut Bahar. Mameluke of Egypt defeated Mongol army led by Kitbukwa in the Levant. This is often labeled a turning point in world history, saving the Arab Islamic civilization from destruction.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Like, that is major. Can you imagine a world without Arabs, Islamics, you know? Like, no 9/11, you know?
Well,
like,
yeah, but, you know,
like,
any major society around the world would be
but
impossible.
But see, here's the maddening part. It's not even highlighted. You see? It's not. It doesn't have the background here. It's Oreoed. That's not nice.
So who is it? I didn't hear the whole thing because I was just kind of settling in. Who is it that saved their entire society?
Well, this is during the Battle of Ain Jalut Bahar. Mameluke of Egypt defeated. Mameluke of Egypt.
Okay. So
go Egypt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we got to move on up here. We covered this one. Actually, no. We... okay, I think this is what we just covered. Yeah. 1651, we have the Battle of Worcester. Once again, Oliver Cromwell's New Model Army destroyed English Royalist force, mainly Scots, in the last battle of the English Civil War. Mm-hmm. Alright. And then we have Richard Cromwell, a.k.a. Tumbledown Dick. What a nickname.
Tumbledown Dick.
It sounds like somebody threw a marital aid down a set of stairs like a slinky.
What?
Tumbledown Dick.
A miracle aid?
No, a marital aid.
Oh, a marital aid. I got miracle and I can make no sense out of that. Oh, God. Move on,
goodness.
please.
Anyway, Tumbledown Dick succeeded his father as Lord Protector of the Commonwealth. So I believe that was Oliver Cromwell here. Yeah, they're both Cromwells.
Yeah,
Oliver Cromwell, Richard Cromwell. So I'm just assuming here. Anyway, 1697, King William's War in America ended with the Treaty of Ryswick, the peace treaty ending the 9 Years' War between France and the Grand Alliance, reverting to conditions that existed before the war. All right.
That's a lot of nothing.
Yeah. 1709, first major. Well, see about war, like and I said this yesterday, and it's really exemplified. There's a scene in Doctor Who, like about like the war button and everything.
Okay.
Like war, like it's not just like we're looking back at war and that meant nothing. Wars even today and in the future already are meaningless because like a breakdown in communication happens. We kill each other, and then we end up having to talk anyway. Why the fighting?
Yeah.
Like what's the point of killing each other if the ultimate goal is just to sit down and talk anyway? What's the point?
What it generally means, if you take like today, if Russia should happen to lose, then that means it would go back to the way it was.
Yeah.
Russia happened to be the invader aggressor. If they lost, then it goes back.
But
to the way
all of this could be solved with discussion. And I'm not saying
not always, but you like to think so.
Well, not always, but it always ends up like that. That's what I'm saying. Like inevitably, we always end up sitting down and talking, or completely eliminating somebody.
Well, it's the old thing, the victor writes history. So
yeah, history is written by the victor. Welcome to the show, Alice.
Thank you. Sorry, I cashed a minute late.
Yeah, that's it's better late than never.
Yep, I'm here. And I am accompanied by a lovely, crazy magnetic.
Ooh, is he being funny, philosophical? Is he Johnny Purpleseed right now?
Johnny Appleseed. Hey, Johnny Appleseed, how you doing?
I'm coming down.
Oh,
he's coming down.
Anyway, we gotta get back onto the show here. We have 1709. The first major group of Swiss-German colonists reached North and South Carolina. All right. And Alice, whenever you're ready to take a few, let me know.
I will. Let me just see where you're at. What year are you in?
1725.
1725, Britain, France, and Hanover and Prussia signed Covenant of Hanover.
What is that? And why is it named after only
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you.
Oh, it was a treaty of defensive alliance signed on September 3rd, 1725 by those people. So
Great Britain and who?
Great Britain, the Electorate of Hanover, the Kingdom of France, and the Kingdom of Prussia.
Okay.
So I'm going to link that.
Damn.
I'm going to post this in the underbar, the description below, post live stream, of course, as per usual. Let's see, what else do we got here? 1752. Here we go.
1752, we have
hilarious.
Gregory conquers Julius Caesar. 1752, Britain and the British Empire, including the American colonies. What do? They adopt the Gregorian calendar. God, this is the 11-day riot, right?
Yeah, they lost
and
11 days.
11 days. Yeah, they lost 11 days. People riot thinking the government stole 11 days of their lives.
So they think that the government just sucked the time out of them.
Yeah.
Like, as if they...
Dude, I can't do the
damn it.
timing. Yeah, no, I was
with
laughing.
the power of God. Like...
You took 11 days of our lives. How dare you?
Like, that reminds me of that one scene from SpongeBob where, like, Mr. Krabs was providing, like, free things to people, and then he figured out it was free, and he reversed the television transmission, and he sucked the entertainment out of somebody's soul. Like, it was hilarious.
Well, it's just like I was born in the winter, so when daylight savings comes, I swear you're taking an hour from my life.
Yeah, but it's given back.
Yeah.
Later.
Eventually.
Yeah, they give
born in the
back.
summer, you'd be
They
giving me
give
something
back
else.
later on.
Just be happy that the government doesn't treat time like it treats taxes. You'd never get anything back from that.
Oh my god. Well, yeah.
Anyway,
well, no.
this is really big. I don't know why.
Go ahead.
I don't know why this isn't highlighted. This is pretty big, but
What is it?
well, let it read.
Let me read this one here. We have in 1777, the flag of the United States flown for the first time at Coach's Bridge in Delaware. A skirmish during, good God, look at it. Skirmish during the American Revolutionary War. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
this was flown in battle for the first time on Cooch's Bridge.
Yeah.
So,
Cooches? Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Coach's Bridge, Cooches. I thought I said an
Cooches.
A on there.
No, Alice, remember I
Sorry,
talked to you yesterday that we had a article about Cooch's
the
Bridge?
Coochie,
You say
Gucci,
Gucci and you got Cooches.
the Coochie
Well-
joke. Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to go into that explanation. Anyway, 1779, we have Earl d'Aurevilliers, a French/Spanish
Who
armada.
again?
Earl d'Aurevilliers,
There you go.
French/Spanish armada, sailed back to Brest. I guess they were boob men.
They
Sailed
went back to the
Brest.
boob.
Yeah,
We went back to the boob. Return to the boob.
return to the boob.
Well, actually, where is the breast actually? For
It's on the
people's
chest
birthday?
usually.
Oh
Brest
no,
City.
you don't say it.
It's in Brussels.
I think that's-
Okay. Oh wait, Belarus.
Yeah,
Sorry. There's a Belarus one here. There's one
Yeah,
in
that's
France
a huge
too.
difference.
There's a lot of breasts.
Hey, I don't know where the breast is. I'm in trouble.
We got a lot of breasts around here.
Yeah.
Well,
Actually,
something tells me that's like part of the like northern like. No, I'm sorry, car just drove by. But I think that's right, like between England and like the Nordic area.
here's
possibly.
an interesting thought that popped in my mind about breasts because of like certain birth defects or certain illnesses. The average number of breasts in the world is an odd number, potentially.
Oh God.
That's just
Not every woman has two, Same with something about men, but I'm not going to get into
It's
that.
a 50-50 shot, though. Odd even.
Yeah. But anyway,
Oh,
1783, the Treaty of Paris was signed, ending the American Revolutionary War between Great Britain and what would become the United States of America. This is what, actually, no, this is 1783. Okay, so that's the end of the Revolution. And it took another several years before we actually became the United States due to delegation and all that
Yeah.
politics and whatnot.
Yep.
But once
Like,
again,
well,
this should be
what's that
highlighted. The
country?
end of the revolution. Why is it not highlighted? Then again, this source is leftist, and there's nothing that the left hates more than this country. So no wonder. I'm surprised that they even have this up here, let alone not highlighted. But anyway, what do we have here, Alice? Speaking of revolutions.
French country.
We have here in 1791, we got the French Constitution is passed. So we have the new French Constitution declaring France a constitutional monarchy is passed by the National Assembly.
Huh.
That's pretty major.
Yeah. That's highlighted at least.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
cool. And then we
Yeah,
have
well,
this one here.
At least we got that.
Actually, these two.
Yeah,
take
we
these
also
two.
have we have the 1812. Like this is like during the War of 1812, right?
Probably.
Okay. No, actually, no. It's the world's first cannery.
Cannery.
Cannery. I'm sorry, cannery. Duncan, Hall, and Gabriel, Gamble. In London, England, to supply food to the Royal Navy.
So the world's first cannery opened in London.
Yep. Yeah,
pretty
like
cool.
yeah, it's in Duncan, Hall, and Gamble.
Yeah.
It opens in London, England, to supply food to the Royal Navy.
Yeah. Yeah, like that was interesting though. The world's first cannery. I mean, that makes me wonder. Like, when did canaries come into existence? Like,
You mean cannery? You mean cannery?
canary? You
'Cause
said
I said-
canary earlier.
said- Yeah, I know, and you're just doing play on words, but yeah, I get it. A cannery.
No, I'm not doing playing on words, Alice. You said canary at the beginning, and then I said cannery.
Yeah, I did.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and then
Okay, here we
you
go.
said canary, and then I said cannery back.
It says canaries were first bred in captivity in the 17th century, having been brought to Europe by Spanish sailors. This breed became expensive and fashionable to breed in courts of Spanish and English kings. But where did
What about
canary
a
birds
cannery?
originate? What?
But what about cannery?
Okay. Anyway, it says here the canary is native to the Canary, Azores, and Madeira Islands.
Canary Island.
Yeah.
Are you
all
sure
right.
about that? Like, I think that was cannery, though. Aren't you sure? Are you sure?
Alice, are
I
you
guess
still,
it right.
are you still playing around? Because I'm seriously trying to educate here.
No, I'm just getting confused between
Okay.
canary and cannery.
Okay, a
Sorry.
canary is a bird, Alice, and a cannery is a
Yeah,
facility
well,
that
no,
can
I
things.
know a bird,
We all know that.
Okay,
but like, what is
I'm
a
looking up
cannery?
canaries, the bird, Alice, the avian thing.
So I
Because
did say it right the first
no,
time.
you said canary the first time, and then I corrected you and I said cannery, and then you corrected yourself and you said cannery.
Okay.
But then that made me think, okay, when did canaries first come to existence?
We're way off track.
I'm trying
Oh.
to get her caught up. For
Oh,
whatever reason.
I'm sorry. Like, I am really sorry. I was just like, but like, for
Don't be
those who
sorry,
don't know what
this knucklehead.
canneries are.
Well,
Oh,
anyway,
thanks, Bob.
moving on up to 1826, USS Vincennes left New York to become the first warship to circumnavigate the globe. Cool.
Oh, wow.
Not the first ship, but the first warship. So, yeah. And in
There we
1832,
go.
rebellious slaves set fire to Paramaribo, Suriname. That's not nice. Well, they're slaves, so it's not nice that they were slaves. So I guess that cancels that.
But they
I
set
don't know.
fire.
Yeah. And in 1833, the New York Sun began publishing. They were the first daily newspaper. Cool.
Well, there we go.
And then back to you, Alice. You get to talk about good old Mr. Douglas.
Frederick Douglass! We got in 1838, Frederick Douglass escapes from slavery and disguised as a sailor.
Ah.
Yeah.
And I wonder, like, if he was the one who stole a Confederate ship. What slave stole a Confederate ship? Robert Smalls. Okay, so it wasn't Frederick Douglass.
Wasn't he a confidant of Abraham Lincoln?
Frederick Douglass, yeah, he was the first black guy to actually have a communication with the
Right.
president of
Okay,
all,
yeah.
you know.
Okay, so I got it right.
But then he became like an advisor and all this stuff,
Yeah.
and like got in there.
Confidant, advisor,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. What else do we have here? 1855. Alice? Oh, she's muted. 1855, Indian Wars in Nebraska. 700 soldiers under U.S. General William S. Harney avenged the Graton massacre by attacking a Sioux village, killing 100 men, women, and children. Yikes.
Yeah, I was also going to do the 1852 anti-Jewish riots break out in Stockholm, Sweden.
Ah, yeah. I was debating whether or not, because like we have so many anti-Jew articles, like it's.
I know it's not getting funny. It's not even funny anymore.
It is history. It is history. It happened. It's just like we don't need to talk about that every day. So, but
Yeah, exactly. Well, we also have 1864, the Battle of Berryville, Virginia. Confederate forces retreat in face of the Union strength. Also, 3 years prior, in 1861, we have a Confederate forces enter Kentucky that ends its neutrality.
yeah. So Kentucky no longer is neutral in the war. Once
Yeah.
Confederate
Yeah,
forces
they're
went in there,
basically
you gotta do
they're
something.
like one way or the other. There's like
Yeah.
I think Kentucky was a split state.
Yeah. We also have in 1865. This is interesting. Or actually, 1864. U.S., British, French, and Dutch naval officers sailed the Straits of Simonitsky. So I
Where
wonder,
is
like,
that
if that's
located?
because it just says naval officer. So I wonder if that's a naval officer. That would make no sense to be in 4 different navies. So I wonder if that means like 4 different naval officers of 4 different countries work together to sail this strait.
Yeah, well, where's Simonensky actually? I'm sorry, but
It is a strait in Japan. So
jeez.
yeah, the Kanmon Straits or the Straits of Shimonoseki is the stretch of water separating Honshu and Kyushu, 2 of Japan's 4 main islands. On the Honshu side of the strait is Shimonoseki, and on the Kyushu side is Kituyashiki, I can't pronounce these, whose former city and President Warren Moji gave the strait its Mon. Whatever Mon means.
Oh wow.
You know what Mon means?
No, actually, I don't. Like, what does it mean?
Uh,
But like what they're doing out there is kind of ooh.
regarding to a strait. And regarding to body of water. This is confusing. I guess the Monongahela River? I'm not sure. That's a rabbit hole. If anybody watching this wants to look for, the what is a Mon, please tell us in the comment section. But for the sake of time, we got to continue up. We also have
Let's
in
keep going.
1865 here, Miss Alice. Go for it.
We have 1865 Army Commander in South Carolina Order. Let me see here. Wait. Freedman's Bureau to stop seizing land.
Huh. Stop taking other people's land. Stop it. Stop it.
What
Yeah,
do you say?
yeah.
Oh,
Well, no,
okay.
stop seizing it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a legal search and seizure right
Yeah.
there. We have 1874. We have the Congress of State of Mexico elevates Nalcapan, Nalcapan to the category of villa with the title of Villa de Juarez.
Huh. I wonder what that
That's
is.
interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
I mean,
Let's put
is
that
this
in
a
the
person
link
or a
below.
place? Like, not gonna plan. De Juarez, it's a city. So maybe it's talking about a city. So.
Oh, so it's a villa with the title of Villa de
Yeah.
Juarez.
Villa, by the way,
Yeah.
in Hispanic pronunciation. Villa de Juarez.
Well, I'm more north to Canada than I am to Mexico, so
Well,
that's
I'm
like more
closer
up
to
your alley.
I am as. You know what? Who's closer? Are you closer to Canada or am I closer to Mexico?
From where she lives?
I'm closer
Yeah.
to Canada.
You're way closer than
Actually,
Philadelphia.
that's a 50-50.
No. What was
From where
it?
she's from.
Well,
In
Minnesota.
Wisconsin, I thought.
Oh my God!
No, I'm kidding.
Whoa! Like I can't believe you
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
said it right there for first time there, Xander. And no, that's neither here nor there. Like where I'm currently located, I'm only like 2 hours, 3 hours away from Canada. So
Anyway, what else do we got here? We got to move on.
we have an 1878 British passenger paddle steamer, Princess Alice, sunk in a
Alice.
collision on the River of the Thames with the Collier Bywell Castle. A 645 die.
Yikes.
On my boat.
On your boat.
On my boat.
Well, I
I'm
guess
not on a boat.
I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat.
I'm not on a boat. I'm not on a boat.
I'm flipping burgers, you straight flipping copies. Anyway, moving on up,
Oh my
1881,
God.
we have the first U.S. National Championship men's tennis in Newport, Rhode Island. Richard Sears won the inaugural event, beating William E. Glain 6-0, 6-3, 6-2. Why does he look like a prisoner? Like,
Or he either looks like a prisoner or a really like doped up referee.
that too. Either way, well, prisoners wear the hats. The hat is striped
Why
too.
do
So
referees like have the stripes like they're prisoners? That's my question.
I don't know. That is a good. You know what? Hold on. Let me look that up. Why do referees wear stripes? At a college football game in 1920, the visiting team also wore white. When their quarterback mistakenly handed off the football to the Olds, he knew he had to come up with a different uniform. Olds decided that wearing stripes would be the best way to avoid confusion. Well, here,
Oh, so they actually handed off a football to a referee.
Well, that was for the team itself, not for the refs. So, what is this here? What sports do refs wear stripes? Why do NFL refs wear stripes? There was a situation where a player would mistake one of the game officials for a teammate, Lucas said. That's what happened to the referee. Oh, okay, so I guess somebody passed a ball to a referee. So.
See,
Okay.
that's what I said.
Oh, I thought that was just he passed it to the wrong team. He passed it to a ref.
No,
That's
what. Yeah,
okay.
you pass it to the referee. That's what I said. Oh, so you pass it to the ref. And the ref's like, what? And then he got like pummeled, probably. Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's
now
kinda
you
funny.
know.
Now we know.
Oh my gosh. So, anyways, let's move to 18. Go back up. We have a symphony here.
Oh yeah,
We have
1881.
1881. We have Anton Bruckner completes his 6th symphony.
Ooh.
But anyways, you have a few to read. Why don't you go up to the 1910s here, buddy, and just bring them off.
We'll get there in a minute. We have 1891. Cotton pickers organize union and stage strike in Texas.
Cotton pickers.
That cannot be anything to do with like slavery or anything. That's long been abolished by 1891.
That's the unionizing.
Yeah.
So they get a fair wage.
Yeah. We also have in 1900, with a proclamation by General Lord Roberts, British annexed the Boer Republic of South Africa. And that's
Oh,
I believe,
wow.
what would lead up to, if the first one already hadn't, I guess the second one, Boer. I don't know anything about the Boer Wars, but that has to do with like South Africa and all that stuff. We also have in more South African history. 1901, Boer General Jan Smuts entered Kiba Drift in Cape Colony. What a name, Smuts.
Yeah.
But then we also have in 1933 the U.S. yacht Reliance, which was the largest gaff rig cutter ever built, defend U.S.'s Cup for the New York Yacht Club, beating UK challenger Shamrock III of the New Jersey Shore for a 3-0 series win. All right.
But a gas rig is the primary thing there, so it's powered.
This is gaff rigged.
Oh, gaff.
Gaff, not gas.
No, that's why it was making no sense to me.
Yeah, gaff rig.
Okay, there we go.
So what is a gaff rig?
That I don't know, but it's sailing.
Okay, it's just bringing up like the exact same picture I had here.
Yeah.
A gaff rig is a sailing rig in which the sails is four-cornered, fore and aft rigged, controlled at its peak, and usually its entire head by a spar called the gaff. Because of the size and shape of the sail, a gaff rig would have running backstays rather than permanent backstays. I have no
I'm
idea.
not a sailor, so there you go.
Neither am I. So if anybody knows what that means, there you go. And if anybody wants to know more about that, there's a link. We also have a 1904. For the only time in Olympic Games history, there is a throw-off in the discus final after U.S. Martin Sheridan and Ralph Rose tie with a best throw of 128 feet, 10.5 inches. That is a large throw. In St. Louis, Sheridan won with 127 feet, 10.25 inches.
I love that. A throw-off instead of a playoff.
Yeah. Back to Alice here. Go for it. Oh, she's muted. So we're going to have, after an 8-minute argument over an umpire call, the New York Highlanders won on forfeit over the Philadelphia A's. Highlanders MLB record 5th doubleheader sweep on consecutive days. An 8-hour argument.
Well,
Like, wow,
I just want to say anything about Philadelphia anyway.
What do you say, Alice?
I didn't want to say anything about Philadelphia anymore. Oh, gosh. Oh, Burns KO's
speaking of
Lang in
Philadelphia,
1908.
This one. Take
Oh,
this one.
gosh. You just read that. No, you can read Philadelphia.
Okay, 1906. What's with you in Philadelphia?
I just don't like any team that comes out of that
Fair enough.
town.
The Philadelphia Giants won the championship cup in Philadelphia before 10,000 fans. Baseball's largest crowd ever. All right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All
I'm
these
really
things are
sad I
something
can't say
good.
that word because that's just the name of a freaking league. And, but
league.
because
Well,
because
actually, if you actually say it, you're saying something in Spanish with the term the
doesn't
color
matter.
black.
Doesn't matter. Oh, it's racism. Wah.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
What happened to freedom of speech?
Yeah, it
You
went
know,
away.
Burn KO's thing.
You're roboting.
Yeah. You know.
Robot.
Am I?
Robot.
Can you hear me now?
Kind of,
Yep.
yeah.
Bill, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
All right. In 1908, Canadian World Heavyweight Boxing Champion Tommy Burns KO's Australian Bill Lang in 6 rounds in Melbourne in a warm-up fight for his famous title bout with Jack Johnson.
Wow. So that was just a war.
I heard about that.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. That's pretty
All right.
wicked.
Here we go, Alice.
Well, we got... let's see here. Gosh darn it. We have 1908 as well. James Barrie's What Every Woman Knows premieres in London.
Oh, good luck with that. Good luck with
Yeah,
that.
good luck.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know what women know anymore, and I'm a woman.
Yeah.
And then in 1912, we have 5 pieces for orchestra. Arnold Schoenberg's Fünf Orchestra Struka. 5 pieces for orchestra. Fünf, yeah, I said it right. Premieres in London at the Promenade Concert.
He looks like the asshole uncle from Home Alone.
Yeah, he kind of does.
Hold on a second.
Anyways, what we got next?
From Home Alone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a stretch, but yeah. Okay, yeah.
Like-
yeah,
like-
I can see it now that you compare it a little bit.
Like, here's a better picture. Like,
Yeah.
kind of, sort of. Anyway, we have 1914. Cardinal Giacomo della Chiesa became Pope Benedict XV. All right. 2 years later, we have the Battle of Verdun, or during the Battle of Verdun. That's pretty big. Where is it? Why is this not highlighted? French counterattacks on German flanks pushed their front line further from the town. The Battle of Verdun being one of like the largest battles of World War One.
Really?
Yeah, Battle
I
of
know so
Verdun.
little of World War One. It's a shame. I should know more.
Battle of Verdun. Here we go. Was fought from February 21st to December 18th, 1916. February to December.
Wow.
Yeah. On the Western Front in France, the battle was the longest of the First World War and took place on the hills north of Verdun-sur-Meuse. And just all
Almost
for
a
like,
year.
all for just inches. You know, an inch
Yeah.
here, an inch there, give and take, tit for tat. You know.
Move
Like-
forward, move back.
Yeah. Like hundreds of thousands of people died for just, you know, micrometers of soil. Hundreds of thousands. Let's never forget that. 1916, piece of crap. U.S. President Woodrow Wilson signed Administrative Act. What was it? Woodrow Wilson? Yeah.
Yeah.
Providing an 8-hour day on interstate railroads, preventing a national railroad strike. He was the guy though who signed into law the Federal Reserve, I believe, right? It was Woodrow Wilson, I think it was Wilson.
Sounds like
Because you love Wilson.
something.
I thought you. Or who was
No.
it that you loved?
I don't know, but it's not what
Okay, it
Wilson.
was-
Trust me.
Okay. Well, I know that you hate FDR.
Yeah.
So now we're both in agreement with Wilson. Okay. So anyway, 1917, the first night bombing of London by German aircraft. Ooh.
Ooh.
Can you imagine, like,
Yeah.
at night, like, you know, getting attacked like that?
Yeah.
Really, like, that's a game changer in warfare, you know?
Yeah.
Like, now, 1918, 5 soldiers were hanged for alleged participation in the Houston riot, also known as the Camp Logan riots, and all 19 mutineers were executed. So, the Houston riot. Let's take a look at that here real quick. Let's see. Houston riots. 1917. Yeah, here we go. Was a mutiny and riot by 156 soldiers from the all-black 24th Infantry Regiment of the U.S. Army, taking place on August 23rd, 1917 in Houston, Texas. Ooh, and they were blacks. That was... they were to face a lot worse punishment than what they deserved just because of that. That's yikes. And they probably had a reason to riot and mutiny anyway, you know? Because,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm sure.
they were under the thumb, you know. 1918, Allies forced Germans back across the Hindenburg Line. That's pretty major. World War One.
Yeah.
You know, why is
Yeah.
that not highlighted? If I had my way, so many things would be highlighted differently. 1919, General John Smuts, here we go again with Smuts, became the second Prime Minister of the Union of South Africa. Okay, so yeah, after we spoke about him being given the Boers. Remember?
Oh,
Smuts?
yeah.
So I guess this is the dividends of that. 1919, President Woodrow Wilson set out on a tour of the USA to rouse public opinion behind the Treaty of Versailles and the League of Nations. Yeah, wow, that's big.
Yeah, that's why we don't like Woodrow Wilson.
No.
It's because he basically like started a whole cataclysmic fallout with America after that.
What do you mean?
Well, he was helped. Like, remember, this is the beginning of the UN.
Oh yeah,
He
well, the
also signed
predecessor,
away, you know.
trying to
Yeah, he
create
also
a
signed
one-world
away
government and all that stuff. You are
making
correct.
the Federal Reserve and stuff like that. So yeah.
Set us back all years.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of socialism, 1921, KPB, the Communist Party of Belgium, formed. All right. And Alice, you want to take a couple? You've been muted. Like, that's why I've been just continuing to go. If there's anything that you want to read, just let me know.
I was making a little lunch here, so that's why I
okay.
was muted. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I was doing some awesome things. So,
all right.
anyways, where are we at here? Why am I half shown here? Good God. Good Lord. All right. So, well, we have 1924. Civil war breaks out in China. Gen Z's moves to Shanghai.
So I believe this might be the Communist Revolution. That sounds about right for when it started. Actually, when did...
It was after World War II.
No, it was well before.
Yeah, that's right. We had this
Well
conversation before.
When did the Chinese Communist Revolution begin? Yeah, August 1st, 1927. Okay, well this is a different civil war then, but still 1927, well before. That's a decade, 12 years before the World War II.
Chiang Kai-shek was still in power during World War II.
Yes, but loosely, because he was fighting the communists on one front and the Japanese on another. They were getting screwed. Yeah. So, like, that's another thing. It wasn't just Germany having a two-front war during World War II. China was getting reamed as well. Like, the actual China. What are you doing?
Oh my God, Ty Cobb!
Oh yeah. So moving on up, go for it, Alice. That's the next one anyway.
Yeah, well, 1928 future baseball Hall of Fame outfielder Ty Cobb reports his 4,189th and final career hit as a pinch hitter for Philadelphia A's at the 6-1 loss versus the Washington Senators. I mean, it's a sad thing, but he finally got his last hit out. But Ty Cobb, had
a legend.
An amazing career.
Yeah, that sucks. He went out losing, but still, the career he had was exemplary. If I know I'm not pronouncing that word right.
Yeah.
Look at that uniform. Look at that collar. Yeah. Can you imagine being out there in the baking heat, playing baseball, running, sweating with that
in a wool?
Oh, that just makes it worse.
4,189 hits in his career.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they call him the all-time great hitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ty Cobb's, man. I recognize that name.
Yeah.
Speaking of names we can recognize, we got in 1929 Dow Jones Industrial Average reaches all-time high of 381.17 to be shortly followed by the crash of 1929.
Whoops. So when was the crash of 1929? Yep. I think Black Friday's in September, right?
Yeah, I think it was in September.
Wall Street crash.
September or October. Between September and November.
October 1929 until October 29th. So it started in October.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. We're coming up on that.
Yep.
And here's an Alice
and then also, here we go. I was just about to say this one. 1930, hurricane kills 2,000 people, injures 4,000 in the Dominican Republic. And this is before I think they started naming hurricanes too. So
I believe so.
It's called a hurricane killed them.
When did they start naming hurricanes? 1800s. Well, that's the history.
Really?
1887. The credit for the first usage of personal names for weather systems is given to the Queensland government meteorologist Clement Raggi, who named tropical cyclones and anticyclones between 1887 and 1907. All right.
Yeah, this is actually the 1930s, so they just say a hurricane, but they don't have a name for it. Yeah. Oh, well, live and learn.
Yeah. Anyway, for the sake of time, I'm going to rattle us off for a little bit. 1932, the A's first baseman Jimmy Foxx smashed his 50th and 51st home runs to become only the third player to reach 50 in an MLB season, joins Babe Ruth and Hack Wilson. All right. 1933, Yevgeny Abalakov reached the highest point of the Soviet Union communism peak at 7,495 meters. What a name. He reached the peak of communism.
Great.
Yeah. 1933, we got that. 1934, Tunisia began its move for independence. All right. 1935, Andrew Varipapa set a bowling record of 2,652 points in 10 games. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I wonder if that record's been broken. If anybody knows, please tell us in the comment section. Well, maybe. We'll see. While that was happening, we have the first automobile to exceed 300 centimeters per hour. That's a weird thing. Malcolm Campbell powers Bluebird to 301.129 miles per hour at Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah. All right. Bonneville, yeah. One more year later, 1936, for the first and only time in the history of the Walker Cup golf event, there is a shutout. The United States routed Great Britain 9-0 at Pine Valley Golf Club in New York, Jersey, or golf course, whatever, in New Jersey, New York, Jersey. What? New Jersey. Having a stroke here. 9-0. Wow, that's painful. Yeah. 1938, we have the 1940 Olympic site was changed from Tokyo, Japan, to Helsinki, Finland, because of the Second Sino-Japanese War. World War II causes eventual cancellation. Yep.
That makes sense.
Yep. 1939, German submarine U-30, commanded by Oberlieutenant Fritz Julius Lemp, sunk British passenger ship SS Athenia. 117 people died, among them 28 United States citizens.
With the fear of the German sub.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Wolf
huge,
Pack.
yeah.
You know, the Battle of the Atlantic actually was essentially the entire war, because it was a constant battle.
Yeah.
And then we had to we had to really put our nose to the grindstone to get some aircraft that can, because for the longest time, the aircraft stayed with the convoys, but to a certain degree they had to go back home because they had a limit, a fuel limit, a range and everything.
Okay.
So for the longest time, the ships were just out there, no air cover, no nothing, and there were submarines there watching,
waiting.
And actually, what's that movie? Yeah, there's a movie with Tom Hanks that's really good about that. I saw that. Hold on a second. At Atlantic War, Tom Hanks movie. Greyhound. Yeah.
I've heard of it.
Yeah. It's based on the 1955 novel. But yeah, it's basically he's the commander of a destroyer or something, and in a whole convoy and all that stuff, and they do battle and everything. There's some really epic scenes. Anyway, we got to move on up. 1939, Mitford's sister and Nazi sympathizer Unity Mitford attempted suicide after Britain declared war on Germany. The bullet lodged in her brain eventually kills her in 1948. Holy crap!
Oh, it took 9
Jeez.
years.
Yeah, and that reminds me of that one James Bond villain, who had a bullet in his brain. Eventually he couldn't feel pain and all that stuff. It was in that one movie where they had that stealth ship, and that scene where they went through a pipeline. There's a helicopter with blades. It was I forgot it was.
I saw that one.
I think you have, but
I just don't recall what you're talking about.
But anyway, then we have Operation Sea Lion. Alice, do you want to take this one?
I can't for a second. I gotta mess with my knees.
Adolf Hitler ordered an invasion of Great Britain for September 21st. This was Operation Sea Lou, or Sea Lion, which was, never going to work for many different reasons. Even if he could land, because they didn't have Higgins craft. They were up until the Higgins boat. We were still using just plain old rowboats, get them up on the shore and unload.
Yeah.
The Higgins boat was revolutionary, and then what we used in the Pacific Theater with the amphibious track vehicles was even another step beyond that.
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah, but they were playing just getting off the ships and rowboats and just somehow managing that being an invasion, and if that succeeded. Yeah, there's so many improbabilities of succession.
Trying to get a toehold is what they're trying to do, just like we did.
But eventually it would fail.
Invasion.
It would fail. So, and there's a whole video about that somewhere. But anyway, 1939 as well, during World War II, Britain declared war on Germany after the invasion of Poland. France followed 6 hours later, quickly joined by Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and Canada. Whoops!
Ooh, I didn't know Canada was in it.
Oh yeah, well Canada was.
Early.
Well, no, Canada was still today owned. They are self-governing, but they still do kneel to the British crown.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So that's why, because Britain declared war, okay. Australia,
a bit strong, but yes.
Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and Canada were still at the time owned and controlled by Britain as a.
Well, that's true.
This was before they dissolved as an empire.
Yeah.
So, because the end of World War II, one of the things was, okay, no more, having colonies. And then that includes you, Britain. That includes you, France. Italy, get rid of Ethiopia, okay? Let them be self-ruling, So, we also have 1940. Adolf Hitler ordered, we got that one, 1940 as well. Dutch government in exile of Gerbrandy formed in London. And while that was happening, Schichter hits police banned Freemasons, Rotary, and the Red Cross. That's not good.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
And also in 1940, the U.S. gave Britain 50 destroyers in exchange for Newfoundland base lease. So let us build a base here and operate. Here's 50 ships. Have fun. 1941, we have the first use of Zyklon B gas in Auschwitz on Russian prisoners of war.
What is that?
It's Zyklon B gas. Let's look that up. Doesn't sound good. So, at the killing centers, Holocaust Encyclopedia. So it's a lethal gas of some sort. Zyklon B. Cyanide-based pesticide. Oh God. Invented in Germany in the early 1920s. Cyanide-based pesticide. Jesus.
That's good.
Oh my God. Germany, no. 1944, 68th and last transport of Dutch Jews, including Anne Frank, from Westbrook, left for Auschwitz concentration camp. That's awful. She got the last train, and that sucks. She almost made it. Almost.
Yeah.
Yikes. Anyway, 1945, during World War II, Japanese forces in the Philippines surrendered to the Allies. Alright. We also have 1945, or 1949, fire in Changcheng, China, destroyed 7,000 lives. So I don't think it killed, it just said destroyed 7,000 lives, so it's 7,000 being affected by that.
Yeah, okay.
Obviously, people must have died, but like, burned down houses, businesses,
Yeah.
everything people owned. I mean, a modern equivalent, well, not equivalent, but an example would be, what happened in Maui. A lot of lives were destroyed, a lot of lives were lost, but a lot more were destroyed. So based off of the wording, that's really confusing. We also have in 1950, Giuseppe Nino Farina won the inaugural Formula One World Drivers' Championship by taking out the Italian Grand Prix at Monza in an Alfa Romeo, won by 3 points from Juan Manuel Fangio. Fangio. I am bad with names.
Fangio! I don't know how you say it.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo. 1953.
Bibbidi bibbidi bop.
Yep. Alice, you want to take a couple?
Yeah, I'll take a couple here.
All
We got
right.
1953 here. We got a European Convention on Human Rights goes into effect.
All right.
Yeah. We also have a 1954 Espionage and Sabotage Act of 1954 signed into the U.S. promoted by the Cold War.
Yeah, prompted by the
I
Cold
guess.
War.
Yeah, I meant to say
Cold War.
prompted, not promoted. But you mean promoted, prompted? Yeah, It's a thingy-majigger. We also have a 1954, same day, same year. Pope Pius X canonized a saint.
All right.
What saint did he canonize, though? That's a question.
Pius X. Okay, Pope Pius X, saint of something. A strong cult of devotion followed his reputation for piety and holiness, so maybe that was it.
That must be it, yeah. Anyways, where are we else in this history here? We got 1954 again, same day, same year. The German U-boat U-505 began its move from a specially constructed dock to final site at Chicago Museum of Science and Industry.
Oh, that's cool. So,
Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why don't you take the last 54 here, since you're on that here?
I might as well, since I'm at it here. The People's Liberation Army begins shelling the ROC-controlled islands of Quemi and Amoy, which I don't know what those are. Quemoy and Amoy.
ROC stands for Republic of China. So this is the People's Liberation
Oh,
Army
the
is what
Quemoy
later
and
became the
Amoy?
CCP.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and they were shelling them, so.
well, they're taking over forcefully. For the
there we
sake of
go.
time, I'm going to rattle us off until we get to 1970. 1956, U.S. Johnny Longdon became thoroughbred racing's winningest rider, which sounds like a word invented by a 1-year-old, but that is an actual word. Breaking the record of 4,870 wins by British jockey Sir Gordon Richards, rode Arrogate to victory in the Del Mar Handicap. And winningest is an actual word, as I said.
Yeah.
It means having achieved the most success in competition. So there you go.
Yeah.
1956 as well. Tanks were deployed against racist demonstrators in Clinton, Tennessee. Tanks? What the hell? Tanks?
I never heard of that.
Let's see.
Looks like
There's
it's
a picture.
breaking
Oh yeah,
nothing.
definitely. Those appear to be Are those Patton tanks? Well, at least this looks like a
Sherman.
No, that's not a Sherman.
No?
No.
You know your tanks way better than
That's
I
either a, I'm going to say either a Patton. I don't think it's a Sheridan. I'm going to say that's a Patton.
Well,
at
there's
least
a bunch
one
of different ones. Look at the one behind it. You know.
Well, that's something else.
Yes, way something.
Well, that's probably an IFV or a troop transport.
Yeah.
But this definitely is like a main battle tank.
Yes.
So that is, I'm going to say 1956.
Why do you say it's not a Sherman?
Because 1956 USA main battle tank. Let's see here. It was tanks. Where is it? Why is it? 1950s. A Bulldog, actually.
No, that's not the same tank.
No, that's not it. Tanks in the U.S. Cold War. Let's see. We had the Chaffee, the Bulldog, Pershing. That's in Korea. There's a Sheridan. So that's not a Sheridan. Where'd it go?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, that's right. So I'm gonna go with not a Sheridan, the other tank that I was saying. We got to move on up. 1957, Brooklyn Dodgers played their final game in Jersey City in a 3-2 loss versus the Philadelphia Phillies. 11-4 record in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And let's see if there's any. We have no comments. Nope. Okay. We also have 1957, Milwaukee Braves pitcher Warren Spahn set a National League record for a left-hander with 41st shutout, defeated Cubs 8-0.
Yeah,
wow.
Warren Spahn was a great pitcher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right here. We also have 1964, the second incident that year of race riots in Singapore between Chinese and Malay. 13 people were killed with an additional 106 injured. Yikes. Second race riot in a year. God. While that was going on, U.S. Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy resigned. All right.
Yeah, as after the assassination of his brother.
Mm-hmm. And we have the Wilderness Act was signed into law by President Lyndon B. Johnson in 1964 as well.
That's why he resigned. Johnson was president.
Yeah. Oh, that explains it. The Wilderness Act permanently preserved 9 million acres of North America and established a national wilderness preservation system. All right. It's pretty cool. We do need that.
Land grab.
Yeah.
We needed it, but land grab.
Well, yeah. Well,
you can justify it, I guess, but it's still a land grab.
yeah, that's true. We also have 1965, Pope Paul VI published encyclical Mysterium Fidei. I can't talk Latin. Let's see here. It was issued just as the closing session of the Second Vatican Council was beginning. All right, so I'm going to add this in here for anybody who wants to read more about that. Go down that rabbit hole and tell us anything they want to in the comment section. Anyway, 1965, preparing for a move to Anaheim, the Los Angeles Angels changed their name to the California Angels. Mm-hmm. And then they became the Anaheim Angels, and now they're the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Because LA just wanted another sports team, even though they have two.
No, the LA had nothing to do with it. The owner, who was Hispanic, wanted to use the LA name so it could reverberate down in Mexico. They weren't that familiar with Anaheim, but they're very
familiar with Los Angeles, which is Spanish for
City of Angels. So he wanted to use
Angels.
Los Angeles in the name of Anaheim.
That makes sense. Kind of, in that way, but it also doesn't. But yeah.
It's a promotional thing for a new owner.
Yeah. We also have in 1965, Rolling Stone concert at the Adelphi Theatre in Dublin, Ireland, halted after 12 minutes due to a riot.
Yeah.
Yikes. Why can't people just enjoy themselves?
No kidding.
1966, we have the 24th World Science Fiction Convention honored Gene Roddenberry, which, I didn't, the name was familiar to me. I didn't really know why, but I was told that's...
Star Trek!
Yeah, the writer of Star Trek, the creator of Star Trek, Gene Roddenberry.
Hold on, you gotta go on the Donovan thing.
1966, Donovan hit #1 with Sunshine Superman.
Yeah, see, I love that guy.
Donovan.
There we go.
Well, right back to Alice, because this is a hockey one here.
Oh, yeah, and I gotta take this one. Future Hockey Hall of Famer, Bobby Orr, #4, from the Boston Bruins. Signed a 2-year deal, playing a then record of 70,000 plus signing bonus.
You completely skipped an entire line. Signed his first
NHL
contract.
Yeah, he signed his first NHL. Yeah, he signed his first. But it was a big one.
Yeah.
I was just trying to, but Bobby Orr, he's one of the best defensive men like in hockey of all time. He scored more points than like any other defensive man like at that time. And number 4, Bobby Orr.
What else do we got here?
Well, anyways, let's move up to 1967. We have the final episode of What's My Line, hosted by John Charles Daly on CBS TV. What's My Line?
Now, that makes
I
me
didn't
wonder.
know it was still around in '67. Holy cow!
now
I remember it in the '50s.
Now, is that a predecessor to Whose Line Is It Anyway?
No.
I mean, like, at least,
Different
like, the
show.
nature of the show. Well, not obviously different show.
Maybe.
But, like, as what they
Maybe,
were doing,
but-
you know? Because What's My Line and Whose Line Is It Anyway, it sounds like what they did was kind of the same.
I'm not that familiar with the second one.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I'm not really familiar with either of them. I've seen clips, but, you know, it's not really my thing.
Well, What's
You
My
know?
Line? I'm very familiar with. So the other one.
Well, I'm more familiar with Match Game and stuff like that, and, you know.
Yeah. Anyway,
Oh, well, we got in 1967, Sweden switches to driving on the right-hand side. Sweden begins driving on the right-hand side of the road in Dagen.
yeah.
That must have caused a malarkey of things.
Is that
Like,
the
what
right
we
side
got?
or the wrong
Yeah,
side?
that way.
Yeah, well, look at that. Like, they're all confused. Everybody's in
Yeah.
the road. It's just like, oh, my God.
What's going on?
What the hell? Yeah, well.
But you missed one right here.
Oh, yes. Oh, God. Oh, I was hoping you didn't want to, like, give me this one.
Oh.
Now we have
That's a lot
1967.
of weird symbols.
Van elected president of South Vietnam under a new constitution.
You know what, Alice? When you pronounce his name, you roboted, but I don't think I think you actually like improved upon the name,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
during your
wow.
roboting.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
And of course.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that.
Anyway, 1970 after.
Hey, there we go.
We'll get to him in a minute.
Oh, okay.
1970, after playing a National League record 1,117 games, consecutive MLB games, Chicago Cubs outfielder Billy Williams was asked to sit out.
Oh.
So he's like, "Hey, can I sit out, please?"
Oh.
No,
Wait.
they asked him to sit out.
No,
He
no,
wasn't-
no. He asked.
Oh,
Right
he
here,
asked?
it says here,
Oh,
outfielder
okay.
Billy Williams asks
Asked, okay.
to sit out. So he wasn't asked, he asked them. Well, I don't blame him. 1,117 consecutive games. Go take a break. You know?
Yeah. Can I just
1970,
have a
Bill
day off?
Haley and his comments rejected $30,000 for 15-date tour of Australia. Huh.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Father of rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also have
Rock around the clock.
1971, a baby girl and an Ulster Defence Regiment UDR soldier were killed in separate shooting incidents in Northern Ireland. More troubles.
Jesus.
Yeah, a baby girl, though. Who's shooting a baby girl? Who's shooting babies? What the hell? Like, 1971, Qatar regained complete independence from Britain. All right. 1971 as well. Watergate team broke into Daniel Ellsberg's psychiatrist's office in Los Angeles, but failed to find his file. Watergate.
Jesus.
Yeah. 1972, Atlanta Braves slugger Hank Aaron earned his 6,135th total base to break Stan Musial's MLB record in an 8-0 home defeat to the Philadelphia Phillies.
I'm sorry, like, you missed 1972 record
I'll
of the
read that as
female
well.
swimmer.
U.S. swimmer Keena Rothammer had the swim world record 8 minutes 53.68 seconds to beat Australian wonder kid Shane Gould in the 800 meter at the Munich Olympics. Wow. So in order to beat her, she broke a record. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, she broke the
Yeah, it's
record,
coming
though.
up in 2 days.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the Munich thing. You know, the Palestinian attack
Yeah.
on Israel. So.
Yep.
Yep.
Athletes.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the football team or whatever.
If Israel didn't
Okay.
attack it, you know, Palestine and take over land, that wouldn't have happened, you know, but whatever. 1974, U.S. and German Democratic Republic established diplomatic relations. All right. 1975, Dodgers first baseman Steve Garvey began his National League record 1,207 consecutive game streak with a 13-2 loss versus Cincinnati Reds. Wow.
Yep. Steve Garvey.
Yep. 1976, Viking 2 soft landed on Mars and Utopia and returned photos. So
Now,
soft.
that's huge.
That's pretty cool. And that's 1976. Let me catch up to here. Where are we? 1976. And I know it's not highlighted. Here it is. Yeah. Of course it's not highlighted because it's something actual intelligent. Oh. 1977, Japanese baseball superstar Sadahara O hit his 756th career home run to surpass Hank Aaron as all-time career leader in professional baseball. 1977, yeah,
It's in
right
Japan, not here.
here. Okay, so
But he's a professional.
still, like, you know,
Getting
we
paid.
cover all sorts of history in this show.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's not.
And I know we're about to hit the hour. We're still in the 70s. I'm trying to speed us up here. We have quite a bit of history, actually, today. 1978, Bernard Slade's stage comedy Same Time Next Year closed at the Ambassador Theater in New York City after 1,453 performances and a Tony Award. That is quite a substantial amount of performances right there.
Yeah.
1978, Pope John Paul II officially installed as 263rd Supreme Pontiff. All right. 1979, Hurricane David, a strong Atlantic storm, killed over 1,000 people.
What?
Yeah,
Hurricane
people
David, a
forget
strong
about
Atlantic
this
storm,
stuff.
killed
Like,
over
it
1,000
happened,
people.
like,
Okay.
I heard it.
40 years ago.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah. 1979, we have Jerry Lewis's 14th muscular dystrophy telethon raised $30 million.
Oh, damn, yeah, we're still in muscle dystrophy
Yeah.
era.
What if he hit $1 billion over the life of it? Don't worry about it. Move on.
Yeah,
There's no
you know
time.
what? I provide that as a challenge to the viewers. If he ever hit $1 billion, I don't think he did though.
No, community, all the years.
Well, I know,
combined.
but that's a
That's a
lot.
lot of money, yeah.
You're going from tens of millions to $1 billion.
you
You
need
know,
1,000 millions.
yeah. So that maybe not. I really don't think so. But
Well,
if-
also you think about like how like money like increases things over time. If you start from when he
Well-
first started doing it to now,
yeah, you
he
start
might
bringing
have.
in like values, you know, over the years. Yeah, that's another bag of hammers. But anyway, Alice, you want to tell us about this one here in '81?
Yeah, in '81 we have the longest major league game in Fenway Park history is suspended after 19 innings at Seattle Mariners 7 and Boston Red Sox 7. The Mariners win 8-7 in 20 of the following in the morning.
So
Yeah.
they played one more inning the next morning to
Well,
tie it off.
It got broken the next day, but they broke it off and started the next
19 innings.
one. Yeah.
Dude, like
Yep.
that, you're
Sometimes
going
it
through
happens.
2 7-inning stretches and you're approaching your third.
Yeah.
That's insane. So,
Yeah.
but we also have here we go.
Well, what we have here in 1984, we have a 28-year-old Chicagoan wins $40 million in the Illinois State Lottery.
All right. When we have this, you don't got to read this. I'm just highlighting that for the viewers. But here's something interesting as well. Speaking of '84, that's your year too. I didn't even remember. So go for it.
Yeah. My birthday's coming up this week here. We have South Africa adopts a constitution in 1984 today.
All right. Good old South Africa. 1985, New York Mets catcher Gary Carter smashed 3 consecutive home runs in an 8-3 win versus San Diego Padres at Jack Murphy Stadium. All right. We also have, let's see here, that was that. 1986, the Houston Astros and Chicago Cubs use MLB record 53 players, including 17 pitchers in a 2-day, 18-inning marathon.
Another one.
Astros won 8-7. Wow. Also have a coup in Burundi suspended its constitution in 1987, my year. And 1 year after that, 1988, an estimated by the state 50,000 Kurdish civilians and soldiers killed by Iraq, many using chemical weapons in the aftermath of the Iran-Iraq War. Yikes.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. May those people rest in peace.
Yeah, they certainly are now. 1989, U.S.
Well,
tennis star
yeah.
Chris Evert defeated 15-year-old Monica Seles 6-0, 6-2 in a 4th-round match for 101st and last U.S. Open singles victory.
I think she's the one that got
Oh,
stabbed in
tennis
the
players.
golf tournament. Not tennis tournament.
Tennis, yeah, I think she
she's
was,
the-
yeah. Chris Evert, that sounds
No,
familiar.
not Chris.
Monica
Seales
Seles.
that got stabbed.
Okay. Monica Seles. Yeah, she was also the victim of an on-court attack when a man stabbed her in the back with a
Yeah.
9-inch long knife. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
She
Wow.
didn't Talk about it.
Yikes.
Yeah. Didn't he survive that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She sure did.
Yeah. We also have 1989, Stephen Sondheim's musical Into the Woods closed at Martin Beck Theater, New York City, after 764 performances and 3 Tony Award wins. All right, good old Stephen Sondheim. 1990, Helen Hudson sung the national anthem in 26th Park of Year, San Diego. So 26 times she sung in part. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
1990, Jerry Lewis again, $44 million. And then another one, 92, $45 million. All right. 1994, circulation of Neth's telegraph/news of the day reached 800,000 people. So that's a lot of people.
Jeez.
1994, Florida's Terry Dean tossed an NCAA football record 7 touchdown passes in the first half as the Gators rolled to a 70-21 drubbing on the New Mexico State. Holy cats, bro.
Wow.
70-21? Stop it. They're already dead. You know, like, calm down. We get it. You're better than them. Like, that's... Wow. I'm trying to find it on here. This is, here we go. 70-21.
Yeah.
Like, that's over 3 times more, approaching the fourth.
Well, there's
Like,
one game
dude,
yesterday,
actually-
86 to something.
Yikes.
That was yesterday's
Dude,
football.
1995.
We'll
1995, the Panthers.
We'll get
Actually,
that
it's kind of a good one.
We'll get to that here. 1994, Miami routs Georgia Southern 56-0, breaking NCAA football record with its 58th consecutive home win. Alabama won 57 straight at home between 1962 and 82. Holy crap, 20 years of winning.
Dude,
Wow.
At home, yeah.
Wow.
why is that not highlighted?
I do not know. So
Like,
many
even though
things
it's
are
sports,
highlighted.
like, it's some cool thing, though.
Yeah.
But no, the Panthers. I feel
Yeah, that's
bad
the
for
next
it.
one. Go for it, Alice.
Yeah. In 1995, we have the Carolina Panthers. They lose their debut NFL game in overtime from 23-20 at the Atlanta Falcons in front of 58,888 fans at the Georgia Dome.
Wow.
I feel bad for them. Like, it was like the first time that the Carolinas had like they have a new team and they lose it.
Well, they didn't lose by much, you know, especially
No,
in
they
the
went
light
in
of some of the
overtime,
other
so-
articles we read today. So yeah.
Yeah, they lost in overtime here. Is what they said. Oh my gosh, there's a couple. Like, so also the Jaguars had a debut.
All right, well, I have something highlighted for you, Alice, if you don't mind reading that, please.
No, oh gosh, in 1995, the eBay is founded by Pierre Omiar.
Electronic eBay, yeah.
Yeah. And also on the same day, same year of 95, in their NFL debut game as well, the Jacksonville Jaguars fall to the Houston Oilers 10-3. 72,360 fans attend the Jacksonville Municipal Stadium.
Yeah, that is
For
a
them
bit
to lose
more
their
of a
first
loss
game.
right there. So,
Yeah, I mean, at least the
72,000.
Panthers did better.
Yep. This next one, 1996, Slowinski and Cage discovered, if I'm reading this correctly, 2 to the power of 1257787 minus 1, 34th known Mersenne prime. Whatever the hell that means.
Something about a prime number.
Yeah.
There you go.
What is
1999,
it?
Alice, take this because it's hockey.
Oh god, it's Mary Lemieux too. In 1999, Mary Lemieux takes ownership group officially takes over the NHL Pittsburgh Penguins. Lemieux is the first player in modern era of sports to buy the team he once played for.
Nice.
But yeah, he's a part owner of the Penguins, and it's one of my favorite teams. It's not because of Sidney Crosby; it's because of him, Yadimir Yager. They had some really good players on that team.
You got an Alice article, if there ever was one, right here too, Alice.
Oh gosh, we are gonna go up to 2004. The Beslan school massacre ends in deaths of approximately 344 people, mostly teachers and children.
Yeah, and that was held in Beslan, or not held, but like that occurred in Beslan, which is Russia, and it was a terrorist attack.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Russia. Okay.
Yeah, it was a terrorist
Yeah,
attack
and
that
they're
started
actually
on
gonna-
September 1st of 2004, when it lasted 3 days, involved the imprisonment of more than 1,100 people as hostages, and ended with the deaths of 333 people, 186 of them children, as
34.
well as 31 of the attackers. So,
Yeah. Oh, that's the 334 because the attacker was added into it. All right.
well, like,
Yeah.
No.
And they say that mass shootings in United States are bad.
Huh. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, over 300 in a span of 3 days, and nothing was done. Like, it usually is done after 1 day
Yeah.
out here.
It's Russia. But anyway, keep on going. What do we got in 2006?
In 2006, we have Los Angeles Sparks center Lisa Leslie wins the WNBA's Most Valuable Player, the MVP award, joining Cheryl Swoops at the league's only 3-time winners.
Huh.
I'm amazed that Lindsay, what's
Lindsey
from
Gardner?
Minnesota? Yeah, Lucy
Brittany
Wagner
Gardner.
or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Brittany Gardner.
Yeah.
She's the one who went to Russia and like got caught with weed. Was it
No,
idiot?
no,
Oh.
no. I'm talking about Lizzie Palin or something like that. She was actually a really good women's basketball player
Ah.
for the
Anyway, Alice,
U
we
of
are
M.
9 minutes over the hour. We can't go into like little talks about every
yeah,
last
yeah, we'll
article
talk
here.
about
2007,
everything. Anyway,
Panama's
you keep
Canal's
going.
third set of locks expansion project began with a huge initial explosion under Paraiso Hill that was watched by thousands of people. So the beginning of the construction of the third set of locks blew up some land and such. We also have 2008. The new Oklahoma City NBA franchise announced the team will be named the Thunder, reference to powerful storms in the area. All right. 2011, following his disqualification in the 100-meter, Jamaica's Usain Bolt ran a season-best 19.40 to win the 200-meter at the World Athletics Championship in South Korea. All right. 2012, Alice, why don't you just read this since you're so in love with New Zealand? If you want. Are you there? Hello? I guess she's not. 2012, New Zealand announced the withdrawal of its forces from Afghanistan. All right. Yeah. 2012 as well, Typhoon Bolavin killed 48 people in North Korea.
Ooh.
Yeah. 2013, Microsoft published Nokia for $7.2 billion. That should not be legal, you know.
What?
So,
Nokia?
yeah. Nokia apparently got bought out by Microsoft. So that's why...
That makes a lot more sense why their phones stopped being cool.
Yeah, I know. I was literally just going to say, that explains why Nokia is no longer, like, you know, the rock
The
of the
Nokia.
phones. No, see, like, there's a joke. It's like, because Nokia phones, you know, their battery lasts forever. They're, like, borderline indestructible. Like, some people have found them, like in mud and such, and they still work. Like, they are like, the AK-47 of telephones.
Okay.
Essentially. Now...
Actually, there's a fun joke with that. Is
But
that
see, the
somebody's
point-
like, I won't give you roses because roses won't live. Here's a Nokia because it'll last forever for a
Yeah.
Valentine's Day gift.
Yeah, but like there's a whole joke about, like, there's a meme out there like, oh, did you believe that they made phone cases for Nokias? Like, the cases weren't to protect the phones, the cases were to protect the floor from the phones. You know, that's how solid they were. Like,
Yeah, they're
We don't have
insane,
that
dude.
anymore.
old Nokias
I miss
versus
my
the
Nokia.
Earth would lose. So anyway, we also have 2015. Chris the sheep broke the world record for biggest shorn fleece at 40 kilograms or 88 pounds near Canberra, Australia. That poor sheep, 88 pounds of wool just on it.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine just losing 88
Oh,
pounds?
God.
Like, oh my God, you don't
With a
hear-
haircut.
Jesus.
Some
2015
people
as
just
well.
don't take care of
Kentucky
their
clerk.
sheep.
Sorry, what, Alice?
Some people just don't take care of the sheep and neglect them, and that's what happens.
Actually, Chris the sheep, was this the one that got out in the wild? Hold on, let me look at that. I remember there's one sheep that was... Yeah, this is the one that
Look
got...
at that.
Yeah, look at it before and after.
Wow.
No, this was a sheep that it escaped. It was out in the wild for a bit, if I'm getting this
I
correct.
have no idea.
And then they discovered it later on because, you know, it's out in the wild, it's
Yeah.
not shorn.
Yeah.
You know, and it has all this fleece. So, I mean, like, look at that. Like, that...
88 pounds.
88 pounds.
I bet you that goat feels a lot better.
Also in
What's a
2000...
sheep joke, but we need one.
Yeah. Also in
Oh,
2015,
that's a good
Kentucky
one.
clerk in Rowan County was jailed for refusing to issue marriage license to gay couples. Which, I mean, like, I understand, you know, they are protected by the Constitution to practice what, you know, they believe. If they don't want to give a gay couple a marriage license, fine. There's plenty of other people out there. Why are we going after these guys? Why are we going after, like, you know, the whole, remember, like, the whole cake scenario?
Yeah.
You know, they went out of their way. They went to another town. There was like 100 cake factories or bakeries between them and that. They went out of their way just to cause a problem because they knew the owners wouldn't do it. They wanted to set up a problem. Like, so, like, what is... Just stop it, people. You know? Like, ridiculous. 2017, a $1 1.4-ton World War II bomb was defused in Frankfurt, Germany, with 60,000 people evacuated, the largest post-war so far. Because there is that ship in what's it called? UK in London.
Oh,
Like
okay.
they're on the river, right there.
Yeah.
There's the river traffic goes specifically around this one area.
Oh, really?
No matter what, because there's a World War II era ship that was sunk, not intentionally. It was full of munitions, and right now it is a ticking time bomb. They can't do anything because when it blows, it can take out that entire area for like miles. It is crazy. So we also have 2017. Oh, here we go. Does this guy look familiar?
Of course, King Med.
Yeah, Governor of California Jerry Brown issued a state of emergency due to La Tuna brush fire near Los Angeles.
No.
All right.
Someone just tells me Jerry Brown is better than your current governor.
No, he wasn't. No, he was not. You tell her the story.
Are you worse?
Tell her why.
Well, no, nothing's worse.
Oh wait, no, we can talk about this after the show. How about?
Yeah.
Because you got to take them in context of their time.
Well.
Nothing's worse than the one we have now.
Well, I don't know,
take
man.
them in time.
Well, Gavin Newsom, yes, he's a piece of shit, but at least he's not telling us that we have to cover our cars because a pesticide might eat the paint, but it's still safe for us to go outside.
Yeah, go outside, no problem. Just cover your car.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
We're
sure.
spraying the area.
Sure, King Med. Yeah.
That was the Med fly.
Yep.
Yeah.
2017 as well, North Korea conducted its 6th and largest ever nuclear test, saying it has successfully conducted a test of a hydrogen bomb. That's scary if true. Also scary if not, because at the very least they're on their way to do that. And yeah. 2018, the 2018 heat wave made summer the hottest ever in England, joint hottest for the UK, according to the UK Meteorological Service. So the United Kingdom being the United Kingdom of England, Scotland, and Ireland. So, or at least West Ireland or East Ireland, whatever.
It wasn't service.
North
It's called
Ireland, sorry.
office.
What else?
It's UK Meteorological Office, not service.
Yeah. Anyway, Alice,
Sorry,
take a couple here.
I'm a stickler for meteorology. So, what do we have?
Actually, take all of these.
Real quick. In 2018, what? I take all of them? Unhighlight those. I can't read it when you highlight. We have in 2018, we have 2018. Actually, yeah, 2 of them. We have Argentine President Mauricio Macri announces new austerity measures, including closing half of all government ministries in televised address.
Oh, that's not good. Argentina.
Yeah.
Going down the tubes.
Yep. And then also same day, same year in 2018, we have the first public canning and conviction of lesbian couple attempting to have sex by Sharia High in court in Terengganu State in Malaysia.
It's caning, okay. Alice, not canning. Caning is in like a walking cane. They're hitting people with the cane.
Oh no! I thought it was blurry for me, so it looked like it had 2 ends there. So I was like,
yeah, no, that's canning. Canning is 2 ends.
Canning. I'm like, why did we can lesbians?
Yeah, well,
it's like caning. Okay, so they canned them. So that's basically whipping.
Yeah.
So, well, fuck around and find out in other countries. In 2019, we have British Prime Minister Boris Johnson loses significant vote in Parliament as MPs gain control of the timetable, orders a whip withdrawn from 21 rebel Tory MPs.
Ah.
So this is the beginning of the end for Boris Johnson, yeah. And then also in 2019, we have here, same day, same year, Hurricane Dorian finally moves off Grand Bahama after stalling for more than a day, bringing catastrophic devastation, killing at least 50 people with over 2,000 people missing.
Wow. We have another one here in 2009, an unknown text by John Locke, quote, reasons for tolerating papists equally with others, end quotes, made between 1667 and 68. It was an argument for religious toleration announced, discovered at St. John's College in Annapolis. So, like, this reminds me, like, back in the the Last Crusade, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. At the end, top men, and it's in the Ark of the Covenant was in a box in a warehouse with full of other things in boxes, crates.
Yeah.
Remember that last scene? It just goes into the horizon, just crates and crates and crates. Like God knows what is in the back rooms, of these centuries old colleges, of these museums, of the Vatican, Like this was just discovered. Like something about Papist. What the hell's a Papist, and why are we tolerating them equally? So anyway, 2019, Walmart says it will stop selling handguns and some ammunition and ask customers not to openly carry firearms in response to the El Paso shootings. Walmart of all places, which are still, I think, are still selling guns. I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
I have never stepped into Walmart to shop. I've only been in them to pick up food, from when I was at Grubhub, because some of them have McDonald's or something in them. Anyway, we also have 2019.
What about 2020?
Yeah, 2020. Actor Robert Pattinson tested positive for the coof, I guess, shutting down production of the Batman film he was shooting, and that was the recent one.
Oh, darn!
It did come out later, and that was a really great movie. So, we also
It was all right. I mean,
we also have 2020. Mackenzie Scott, philanthropist and ex-wife of Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, became the world's richest woman with $68 billion. And I'm going to say something off camera real quick because I have something to tell the loon here.
oh god, you can just tell them after the show. But yeah, I thought actually, after what's his nuts, Bill Gates' wife broke up with him, she now is the richest woman from a divorce.
I'm not sure, but anyway, let me say this to the loon real quick.
Well, anyways, as you're going on there, I am going
Alice,
to
in case
go.
I didn't tell you, I'm literally trying to say something to the loon, and you're talking. So please, okay. Anyway.
Oh, I was just going to read some more history.
Well, I was literally going to say something to the loon, and you're talking over me.
I didn't know.
I just said that. Anyway,
I thought you were doing it.
Anyway,
I thought you were doing it
here.
muted.
2020
I'm sorry.
Philadelphia Phillies retired infielder Dick Allen's number 15 on the 57th anniversary of his Major League Baseball debut. All right. Do you want to take this one, Alice?
Well, I thought you were saying something to your dad, to Pops the loon,
Yeah, well, that means
in
I need
mute.
to that doesn't mean you get to talk because I'm trying to talk because now he's hearing two people talk. You understand?
I was just gonna read future stuff while you're talking to him.
Let's continue on.
That's
What do
all.
we have here?
All right. And we have 2021 Dune, directed by Denis Villeneuve, and based on Frank Herbert's novel of the same name, starring Timothy Chalamet, Rebecca Ferguson, and Oscar Isaac, premieres at the Venice Film Festival. However, I'm going to tell you this: the original Dune was way better. That was done by what? Oh my God! Why am I having a? He did Lost Highway. Huh?
Gene Roddenberry?
No, that's Star Trek. No, I'm talking about
David
the original
Lynch.
Doom director,
David Lynch.
David Finch. Yeah, thank you.
Lynch.
David Lynch. Yeah, David Lynch. I think did a better job. But then we also have
we're almost a half hour after the hour, Alice. We gotta finish this up.
Yeah, I know. I'm just doing this one right here. 2022 American band Foo Fighters and Friends hold tribute concert for drummer Taylor Hopkins at Wembley Stadium in London, England. Performers include Stuart Copeland from Rush, the Pretenders, Paul McCartney, and the remaining members of Queen.
Oh, cool.
Because the drummer, last year the drummer from Foo Fighters passed away.
Well, that was last year. This
Yeah.
is last year. Hold on a second. When did he pass away? What was his name?
A few days ago. My brother was really hell-bent and broken up about his. One of my
Oliver
brother's
Taylor
favorite
Hawkins.
bands is Nirvana and Foo Fighters. Yeah, him.
Okay, so he died on March. So
Yeah.
this was after he died.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah, this was after they're doing a tribute for him.
Anyway, that shall conclude
my
the
brother
show.
was-
Once again, please check the underbar of the description for any links you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. Go check out our link tree. We have our video sharing, streaming. We have our social medias. We have all of our affiliates, which are also standalone in the underbar of the description. Like, all of these links that we've gathered throughout the show will be down there after we're done with the stream. For your dose of Past Events Daily, we stream every day at 11 in the morning Pacific Time, which is 12 Mountain, 1 Central.
And 2 p.m. Eastern.
Yep. For all of you and all of us, I'm Xander.
I am Alice of Who?
Golden Loon.
And you, of course, are you. And until you catch us tomorrow, or if you're interested in a, crack the corn, or as Alice would say,
Taking the peanut.
type of show, wag the chin, chew the fat, just talk about whatever, you know. We really cool show coming up
It's fun.
coming up at 3 p.m. Pacific Time.
Which is 6
anyway,
p.m. Eastern.
yeah. Anyway, until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection. Rate 5 thumbs and subscribe. Toodles!
Pickles, stay in school and don't do drugs.
Drugs.